I don't understand how people teach fitness, by the way, and then also like the spin.
Yeah,
I'm not
crazy.
a workout class girl.
Me neither. Me
Like
neither. Yeah, yeah.
I get scared. I get anxious. So when I first started I had to do it because I was like, you support me, I'm gonna support you.
Right. Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
She took me to a class before she started teaching. I didn't go back for 6 months.
No.
I was
You physically
terrified, guys.
cannot walk for that
No,
long.
I know. I was like, I'm in pain. But then
because when you're in the class, like it's like you're like everyone's doing it, I have to do it. Like I get into a trance where like the instructor could say like pick up an axe and murder the person on your left, and like I would do it. Like if there was a good beat in the back, I'd be like, okay, this is just what everyone's doing.
yes, and I'm at that point now. But it did take me like a solid 10 classes to get to like a point where I'm like on beat even. Like if people would have seen me and like thought I didn't know music at all.
That's
how
so hilarious. Also because that's your literal job.
It's my literal job to like
yes.
actually sing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to not be on beat in a class was embarrassing. But
Did it like hurt your body? Like to be like, I know where the beat is, but I just can't.
I don't know
there.
how to do it. Yes, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Overstimulated with me, Hilary Henderson. Guys, we have a really special guest here today. She's actually the first musician we've ever had on the show. Jade LeMac is joining us today. Welcome, Jade.
Hello, thank you.
I am so excited you're here today. When I was stalking you to get ready for our episode today, I had one impression of you and I was like, this is a really, really cool girl. Like you give cool girl. And so I wore the coolest shirt I own that I bought with my coolest friend, and you still look cooler than me. So
these are like the last clean clothes I have here in Toronto. So I think you look cooler.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. So you're from Vancouver Island originally.
Yes.
You live in Vancouver now. You're visiting Toronto for a bit. What are your impressions of Toronto?
Cold.
It's chilly. Yeah.
It's cold and it's windy. Like, and the snow here is crazy. We get 3 centimeters of snow in Vancouver and it's like chaos.
Yeah, right.
So
here you're like fully. Did you get to hop over a couple snowbanks this past weekend?
Fully.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fully. Like I'm like jumping over them. It's crazy.
It's little hurdles. Maybe we'll hear a song about it. Maybe you'll put some of those lyrics in your song later.
100%. 100%.
Jade, I've got some would you rather questions for you.
Okay.
Just to break the ice, let everyone know who you are. I know a lot of your songs are about dating and about emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather date a hockey bro that says beauty unironically or a crystal girl who blames Mercury in retrograde for her not answering your texts?
Whoa. Okay, wait. I need you to repeat the question for me.
Would you rather date a hockey bro?
Okay.
Or a crystal girl who blames everything on Mercury in retrograde?
Crystal girl.
Crystal girl.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I would pick that too.
Yeah.
Like it would be like a little bit. I feel like it would be kind of cute. Like you'd be like, oh, babe, it's just like looking at the moon again.
Yeah.
Like she's whimsical, she's fun.
Yes, I agree.
Hockey bro is like, I have an STI and I'm also sad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Beauty. That's
beauty.
It's like, yeah. Are there hockey bros out in Vancouver? Did you grow up?
That was my whole entire high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is already triggering. This is already she's sweating.
It's really bringing back some memories, actually. Yeah.
Vancouver or Toronto? Which one are you picking? What would you rather?
Wow. Well, I'm a biased girl. I'm a Vancouver.
You are.
A little bit, but I think I am a little bit of a West Coast girl in the heart. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But I do really love it here.
Yeah, I know we were talking about you snowboard earlier. Is that the West Coast part of you, or is it just like do you love being in nature?
I love the nature. I sometimes I take it for granted, but like I forget how beautiful it is in Vancouver, and like hikes are nice and everything like that.
Yeah. When do you get like inspiration for like music when you're out in nature, or where does that come from for you?
Sometimes music it's usually just me in my room at 3 a.m. though.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I love
yeah.
like it's just a little like overstimulated squirrel just being like, I have to get it out before I get to bed.
That's literally what happens. Like there's sometimes where I'm laying in bed and then all of a sudden I'll come up with a melody and then like I'm 3/4 asleep, by the way, and I have to like open my phone and take out my voice memos and like record it because I've heard stories about like these genius songs being written in dreams and stuff like that, and I'm like. And then I listen to it the next day, and it's like the worst thing I've ever fucking heard. But
it's not great at all.
Yeah, no.
I know. I do that sometimes with my joke writing for comedy, where I'm like, oh, everybody's gonna love this. And like the next morning, it just says like poop on a piece of paper or something. And I'm like, brilliant, eloquent.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. That's pretty much how it goes.
Would you rather only be able to write breakup songs about your exes you've never actually dated, or only be able to write love songs about your worst, most toxic ex?
Whoa. Whoa. Probably the first one.
People you've never dated.
Yeah.
Just yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where most of my inspiration comes, to be honest. Like, people that have broken my heart that, like, they don't even know what my name is, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was, like, me all in middle school, pretty much.
do you
Yeah.
remember, like, your first crush?
Yeah, I think yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Can you share?
I had a crush on this girl who I didn't know I had a crush on her, and then I realized I had a crush on her, and then obviously,
Oh,
like, I never had even talked to her. But
okay.
then, like, later on, we, like, kind of had the same friends and everything, so we, like, saw each other, but then I, like
How did you think at first, like, you just wanted to be her friend, or was it like
yeah, it was, like, a really weird thing, and then I was like, "Oh, no, she's pretty." I was like, "Oh, okay,
like,
now
I
I
would like to kiss
understand."
her actually.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
I also, like, had, like, little boyfriends and everything too.
Mhm.
I was crazy little
You're
girl.
just like you get it all, right?
I got it, yeah, I
Yeah,
got it all,
yeah, and
yeah.
you do you date men as well, or is it just women that you date?
Well,
Everyone?
I've got a girlfriend at the moment,
Okay.
so love you. So I'm settled down right now.
That's so
Yeah.
exciting. Can I ask, how did you 2 meet?
We've been, like, mutuals on socials for a while, like,
No!
yeah, we she lives in Vancouver also, but okay, I'm gonna expose
Yeah,
myself
please,
here. I
please.
actually didn't grow up in Vancouver, I grew up in Coquitlam. So that's,
Okay.
like, a suburb of Vancouver, it's just easier to say Vancouver,
Mhm.
um, but I went to, like, a high school, and I posted a TikTok when I was, like, on the volleyball team with my jersey, and then she messaged me on Instagram and everything, and then we were, like, mutuals for years, and then we went to the Tyler, the Creator show, both
Oh,
in, like,
cool,
Vancouver, and then
cool.
this was years later, and then, like, we kind of got closer and everything like that, and then months later, again, everything went down, and here we are 2 years later.
I
It's
love
our anniversary in, like, a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy almost anniversary.
Thank
Will it
you.
be, like, your 1 year
2
or
years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. That's so
Mhm.
fun. That is so exciting, and I also feel like it's nice when, especially with doing what you're doing, have people that are around you that are, like, really supportive
Oh,
and
yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be crazy also if your girlfriend was, like, not hyped about what
Oh,
you're
no,
doing.
she's, like, the biggest music lover ever, so it like, we really mesh well.
It's so cool. Is she creative also?
Yeah, I do ask her with my stuff right now, she's, like, in school, but she does, like, spin. She's a
Oh,
spin
she's a
instructor.
fit baddie.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay,
Girl,
okay. So
girl.
she saw the basketball jersey shirt and was like, "An athlete,
Y
athlete to athlete, let's
yeah, oh my
go."
god, no, she was, like she loves, like we both love sports, so it's great, but I don't understand how people teach fitness, by the way, and then also, like, spin.
Yeah,
I'm not
crazy.
a workout class girl.
Me neither, me
Like,
neither. Yeah, yeah.
I get scared, I get anxious. So, when I first started I had to do it because I was like, "You support me, I'm gonna support you,"
Right, yes,
obviously.
yeah.
She took me to a class before she started teaching, I didn't go back for 6 months. I
No.
was
You physically
terrified, guys.
cannot walk for that
No,
long.
I know, I was like, "I'm in pain," like, real genuine pain,
But
but
it's funny
then
because when you're in the class, like, it's like you're like, "Everyone's doing it, I have to do it." Like, I get into a trance where, like, the instructor could say, like, "Pick up an axe and murder the person on your left," and, like, I would do it. Like, if there was a good beat in the back, I'd be like, "Okay, this is
and
just what everyone's doing."
yes, and I'm at that point now, but it did take me, like, a solid 10 classes to get to, like, a point where I'm, like, on beat even. If you people would have seen me and, like, thought I didn't know music at all.
That's
That's
so
how yeah.
hilarious. Also because that's your literal job, and
It's
I
my
imagine
literal
like,
job to,
yes,
like,
yes.
actually sing and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so to not be on beat in a class was embarrassing,
Did
but
it, like, hurt your body, like, to be like, I know where the beat is, but I
Ye
just can't
I
get
don't know
there?"
how to do
Yeah.
it. Yes, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's so
It
funny.
did hurt.
That's so funny. I should have asked you, would you rather work so when you'd rather work out alone? Like,
Yeah,
you're kind of like, yeah,
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 in private.
in private.
In private, where no one can see you. Yeah,
I feel that. I see these, like, beautiful girls and, like, they're matching sets at the gym, and, like, I wanna be them so bad, but
yeah.
I'm, like, hat on, big T-shirt, like, no one perceive me
I'm not like, I've never worn leggings before, and so,
ever.
like, I, like, don't show up like all these cutie little girls. I, like, wear, like, little boy basketball shorts and, like, a baggy shirt. I know, it's, like, crazy, and then she's like, "Baby, slick back your hair," and I was like, "Okay." Like, I'm
Okay,
like,
okay.
"Yeah, okay," like
I'm just imagining you, like, the only mask presenting person
yeah.
at spin class,
I know,
just, like
literally, and then,
yeah.
like, everyone in Vancouver is like, "Oh, like, cutesy," and, like, it's in, like,
Right.
Kidzlana, so
Yes.
they're, like, looking all,
Yes.
like, pretty and
Yes, it's like
everything.
the Aritzia mom kind of vibe
Yeah,
and,
and
like
I'm,
yeah.
like have, like, my flyaways and everything, and I'm just, like, sweating. It's
Well,
all
and
good, though.
that's like your imperfections, that's what make us relatable, which is
Yeah.
part of the reason why I think your music is so relatable and you're such a relatable artist. I wanna talk to you a little bit about your music journey.
Okay.
So, I know you grew up singing, and you were singing at one point in front of your mom's store to try and attract customers. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom owned her own like, clothing store and everything in
Cool.
Victoria, and
Okay, you have no excuse to be wearing basketball shorts then if your mom owns a
girl,
clothing
my
store.
mom is, like, the most fashionable, like, stylist. She's been in, like, sales and everything, like,
Cool.
she's worked at the coolest places, like, she was just the manager at, like, Fendi in Vancouver, like, she
Wow.
knows
Okay.
her
That's
shit, you
a
know?
woman of
A
fashion. That's
woman
yeah.
of fashion, and she was, like, so disappointed when I'm like, "Yeah, I want, like, to look like a little boy," like, pretty much. She was, like, always trying to get me in dresses, and that's why she, like, loves that I'm dating a girl now because she has, like, a little
Mm.
daughter now.
Oh, okay,
And she's
okay.
like,
Yeah.
they were, like, looking through each other's closets,
Oh, that's so sweet. Whatever gifts, like, you wouldn't take, she's like, "I can just give them to your
yeah,
girlfriend now."
yeah,
Yeah.
no, totally, but, no, she's the best, but, yeah, I, like, had no excuse to not be fashionable, but I was, like, and my brother was even so fashionable too, like, he was
Mm.
so cool, and then it took me I was a late bloomer.
That's okay. It takes a
I
while to come into your
Yes, I
style
was a
and
late
yeah,
bloomer
yeah.
for sure, but I think I got there.
You got there.
I
Well, I
think I got
already
there.
opened this by saying you're the
Yeah,
coolest girl I
and
think I've
thank
ever
you.
met. So
Thank you,
there you
thank
go.
you.
You're set. You're
Yeah.
set. But do you remember like what it was like singing in front of your mom's store?
Okay.
Like, do you remember what kind of
Right.
songs were you
Yes.
singing? Like, I'm just imagining this like cute little girl in
Yes.
basketball shorts,
Yes.
belting it out.
Yes, so let's get into that. So, my mom owned a clothing store, and she, like it was my favorite store, and she played the best music, but I was like, "If I sing" I guess I was, like, a little narcissistic kid because I was like, "If I sing, I'm gonna draw on every single person that walks by." And so I would go outside, and I'd kinda, like I'd sing quietly because I was a little shy at first, but then, like, I felt like I really would get into it, or I would even dance inside
Mm.
because it's, like, glass doors and
Oh,
everything so they
wow.
can see in.
Okay.
So I would just be performing anytime I was there, waiting for people to, like, swarm around me and, like, come in and buy every single piece of
I love
clothing
this.
that's
I
in
love
the
you're
store.
almost like the Matilda of like music and dance. So you're like, if
Yeah,
I just like stare at them long enough,
I know.
they'll move.
I'd also do the same thing if we ever had lemonade stands at my house. Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Okay.
convinced that
She's an
anytime
innovator. Okay. Nobody was
anytime
just
that I
selling
sang, I
lemonade.
was convinced people were gonna come. No one ever did, and I don't know why I had the confidence to keep doing it, but I did keep
Yeah.
doing it,
Yeah.
and it never did work, but that's
Well, no,
okay.
it did work. I think it's all about that manifestation, right? Like you believed in your heart that if you were singing, the people would come, and
Yes,
now they are coming.
and
And
they came a little late,
yeah,
but they're
yeah,
here
yeah,
now.
yeah.
They're here now.
They made it here. And by the way, guys, if you're in and around Toronto, which if you're listening to this, you probably are. Jade is going to be at the Velvet Underground May 2nd. So make sure you get tickets to that. I will be there, and it's going to be a fun time. We're going to have a great time there.
It's gonna
But
be
that's great. The
so
people
good.
will come. I want to go back to when you were in middle school still. I know you
Yeah.
started writing songs then when you were in middle school. What could like an 11-year-old be writing about? Like what were your songs about then?
I think I wrote, like, some of the most emotional songs in middle school, like,
Really?
that's when you're, like, emo, and,
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, my friend said something," or "My friend likes the same person," or something like
Yeah.
that, like, I stubbed my finger playing basketball one day, and I remember coming home, and I was like and then I rewrote "Stay" by Rihanna, and that's the first song I ever wrote. Yeah, I rewrote "Stay" by Rihanna because I was like, "That's a sad song. Let me write, like, even like, make it even sadder."
About your finger being broken.
It wasn't about my finger,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay.
I don't know what triggered. I think the finger triggered it
Oh, the
because
finger
I
was
was
like when you're like, that's the last fucking straw.
yeah,
Like,
that was
yeah.
my last my last straw, and I was like, "Oh my god, my friends." I don't literally couldn't tell you why. It's middle school. Like, I couldn't tell you what it was, but I was really emotional that
That's
day, and I rewrote it, and I was like, "I can write songs."
yeah.
And then I started writing all these sad songs
Yeah.
in middle school, yeah.
Do you find it like cathartic to like get the sadness out? Like, does it make you happier to
Oh,
like
yeah.
put it
It's
out?
like
Yeah.
it's definitely therapeutic. It's like my way. People journal and people do all that stuff. I write songs.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah,
way
I
of
love
doing
that.
it.
For me, it's like writing comedy and like
Mhm.
performing my comedy. And I find like it's a similar thing of like if something now, even now in life, like if something bad or like inconvenient or like embarrassing happens to me, I'm just like, wait, this is gonna be great content.
Yeah,
Like I'm not
pretty
even
much.
mad about it
I
because
know.
I think like especially once you realize too that like so much of life that we're experiencing, like other people are feeling it too. And like I think that's the best feeling when you hear like a joke or you hear like a song that just connects with something and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know anyone else thought that way. Like
Yeah.
I'm so seen, like Jade LeMac gets me.
Yeah,
Like,
totally, totally, totally.
I love it. I love it. Have you always been like that? Like really loving to take like your personal experiences and translate that into art?
Yeah, I just feel like that's like I am not the best with speaking, like, my vocabulary,
You're doing great.
I'm
You're
trying
doing
thank you.
great. 100.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I try, like, my best, but it's so weird. I'm definitely better at, I think, writing and, like, writing songs rather
Mhm.
than speaking. I can, like, make up metaphors and things like that, which I find easier than, like, finding real big
The
words.
actual words, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just it's definitely, like, my way of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What advice do you have for people that, like, or might be trying to figure out how to express their voice or, like, actually find their voice? Because you have a very unique voice and, like, sound to all of your music. Like, what advice would you give for people who are trying to do that?
I think just, like, experiment. Like, that's the best thing to do, to experiment and, like, keep trying. People ask me all the time how to do it, and I kinda just have to try and, like, let it come naturally, and if you don't like something, like, don't be hard on yourself about it, just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Keep manifesting that if you're singing in front of your mom's shop, they will be in the crowds
They
one
will
day.
come.
They will
Yeah.
come. You will be able to get them into a
Yes.
massive crowd
Yes,
and fit
yes.
400 people in Velvet Underground. Like, they will
Exactly.
be coming.
Yes.
I love that. Jade, I know that I think it was 2022 or 2021, your single/album Constellations went absolutely viral. What was that experience like for you? Like, did you just, like, wake up one day and you're like, "Oh my god, why are there so many notifications on my phone?" Like, how did that feel?
It was so weird because, like, on TikTok, I had a following previously, like, from posting just about, like, funny things and,
Cool.
like,
Yeah.
being LGBTQ, all these things, and then I was like, "Ooh, let me put this in my like, let me put my music out there," and
Wait,
it's
so you had
crazy.
not put any of your music on your social media at
No,
that
like,
point?
I
Oh,
never started off
wow.
as with music on social media, but it was always kind of, like, my plan to do that,
Mhm.
and so then once Constellations was my first song, and then once I, like, put that out there, it had this insane reaction, which it was, like, not normal for a first song, and I was
Totally.
like,
Yeah.
so
Which, to be clear, this was not, like, your first song of, like, you were, as we were saying, making songs since you were
I
a
was
child.
I was
Yeah.
writing songs, but it's the first
But
song
that
that I
came out. Yeah,
released.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
exactly, and so I was like, "Whoa," like, that
Wow.
it was so unexpected and, like, so crazy, and then it just, like, got put into a show, like, a couple years later, My Life with the Walter Boys on Netflix, and then it
Mm.
was just recently in Sideline, The QB and
Yeah,
Me,
yeah.
and, like, both of them had a crazy, like, reaction. It's been crazy, like, the past few years because it has, like, not died. It's like,
Right.
I
What's been
call
the
it
craziest moment over the last couple years for you?
probably when it came out on the show and then when it came out in the movie, like, both
Mhm.
times, it was 2 separate, like, and it almost exactly a year apart too, and so then like, spiked Constellations, and then,
Right.
like, all these people are now dancing to it and everything, which
Yeah.
is so cool. I wish that I could dance. I can't.
It's
But
cool. I was even seeing, like, TikToks online of, like, people taking your songs and then, like, dancing to them, and
yeah.
it's crazy because now you've created this, like, through your own artistic expression, and now
Mhm.
other people are using that as well to,
Yeah.
like, be creative with
Oh
that.
my god,
Yeah.
it's so cool. It's so cool how people can move.
Love it.
Yeah.
I also love how Constellations is, like, a very I know you're a Pisces,
Yeah.
and the romance is certainly there in the song. I have, like, a couple lyrics I want to read to you from the song that
Mhm.
I was gagging over, but so you say in Constellations, "Now we're 4 shots in, slowly getting sober from the taste of your skin." Gagged, okay. "We bring the light to the sin. You pull my head up as you're dripping down my chin. Jade, I feel
I
your heart
literally
start to beat. When I hit the spot, you know I hit it perfectly, and you taste so sweet, leave me wanting more as soon as I get out of the sheets." What?
yeah. So here's the thing. I started writing the song when I was, like, 15 or something like
No.
that.
No.
No, I didn't write that part at 15.
I mean, if you did,
I wrote
slay.
it at
I was
16.
oh.
So, actually, it took, like, a little bit longer, but when I first started singing, like, I went to go record the song for the first time just as a demo, and I remember my dad was coming with me. I had, like, 5 no,
No.
wait, I had 5 days to, like, record 10 demos or something like that, I forget, and then my dad came for half the days, and then my mom came for half the days, and I was
Mm.
like, "I'm not singing this in front of my
Oh,
dad." I was like, "Dad, I love you," but I
no.
was like, I actually can't do
Yeah,
that."
no, no,
And
no.
I was like, I could barely even do it with my mom, but I was like, "I have a better shot at this with my mom," and I was
Right.
like, on the last day, we were in the car, and I was debating it, and I was like, "Mom, here's this idea," and she was like, "What the fuck?" And then she was like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Kinda catchy though," and I was like, "Okay, that's all I needed," and then,
No,
like,
it's
I
amazing, yeah.
took the risk, and I was like, I played it, and then good thing I did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
those lyrics.
Wait, were you almost, like, toying with, like, not even doing that song
Oh, yeah,
because
I
of, like,
was
the embarrassment of your parents being there?
yes. Oh,
No.
fully, like, it was a 50-50 chance that, like, I wasn't going to
Oh
even
my
mention it.
gosh.
Yeah, because that
Or you're like, "Let me just change the lyrics over here, like, make it a little more
I,
PG."
like
Yeah.
yeah, no, literally, I'm so sorry. My parents, like, I don't even know, and then I love my little brother, but then, like, he's 10, and then he, like, will sing it sometimes, and I'm
Oh,
like, "Sweetheart."
you know
It's like
no.
it's like r it's crazy because people don't think some people don't realize that the lyrics are, like, that intimate,
Yeah, yeah. They
and
just
then
hear, like, the sweet, like, mother, like, "Yeah." I'm sure your little brother also doesn't know what any of those words mean,
yeah,
so,
no, of
like,
course, of
that's
course.
hilarious.
That's, like, half the songs on, like in pop music, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah,
Was there
people
someone that you, like, wrote that about specifically?
not super specifically, like, I did have a girlfriend at the time, but I it wasn't the song took a while to, like, write. It was,
Mm.
like, over a long period of
Mm,
time, and
mhm.
it's kinda just I remember wanting to experiment with my writing, like you said, a lot of my writing is about, like, breakups and relationships and emotions like that, and I've never really gone deeper and,
Mm,
like,
mhm.
to the R-rated lyrics, and that
Yeah,
was my first time, like, doing that, so
and obviously it was successful. Are you
I was
planning
gonna
on
say
writing
kinda
more like
successful.
that?
Yeah, I have
Like,
some
is your poor girl are you in bed with your poor girlfriend and you're like, "Wait a second, babe, I just
I
got
know.
inspiration."
Yeah, literally, I'm like, "Wait, actually,
Yeah.
like, pause." No, yeah, I have some other songs that are a little more risky,
Risky,
I would
yeah.
say,
Do you
but
like to sing those songs on stage? Like, how does it feel when you're on stage and all of a sudden it's like, you're not in the booth with the microphone anymore, like, people are singing that back to you
no,
too?
yeah, it's cool. I really do love it. Like, it's one of my favorite things, and I have a lot of songs that are, like, slow and everything like that, but I also have, like, a side where I, like, kinda wanna hit, like, The Weeknd, like, the old The Weeknd, you know what I mean? I kinda wanna be like,
Yes. Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so one day I'll write some songs like that. I have a few, like, Got Me Obsessed and Love Bites,
Yes, yes.
but yeah,
Yeah,
let
I
me know
love
if you
it.
guys want it.
We
Yeah.
want it. We do want it.
Mhm.
Drop a comment below if you want it,
Yeah,
because 'cause I'm
yeah,
pretty sure I want it
yeah,
personally,
yeah, yeah,
but I
yeah.
love it. I also know was obsessed with one of your other songs called, Aim to Kill.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I love one of the lyrics you have in that is, "Call me a monster or a saint, I'm still with you either way, baby." I'm like, "How?"
Yeah,
Yes, I feel have you been in, like, a toxic dynamic like that where you're like, "Oop, oop,
yeah,
who am I getting today? Who am I
y
gonna be today?"
yeah, yeah. Yes. That song was also, like, a crazy story too. My mom hated that one at first, which is
Really?
so funny. She
Is she,
didn't
like, religious? It's like, you can't be
Oh,
talking
no.
about oh,
No,
okay,
no,
okay.
we're not religious, but she just, like she didn't understand the vision, but then once she saw the vision, she was like, "Oh my god, this is so cool."
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, that song, I think it was more about, like, imagination. I use my imagination a
Mm.
lot for that one because it, like I did originally write it about kind of it does sound like a dead ass, like, murder song, like
No, that's why I love it. It's like
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it is more of, like, a metaphor,
Like, it's like you're talking about, like, killing someone, like, with your
It's
love or,
it's like
like
it's
yeah,
kind of more of a metaphor, but, like, yeah, being a heartbreaker, like,
yeah,
I'm aimed to kill, but, like, I'm aimed to break hearts, like, kind of, you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Is that your dynamic? Are you usually the heartbreaker?
No.
No.
No, I'm not a heartbreaker, no, actually, I wish, but I am the heartbroken,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay, okay, so
Yeah.
you took on, like, an ex's persona where you're like, now they're aiming to
Yeah,
kill.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much, yeah.
I have, like, some scenarios, some dating, some otherwise, that I want to play a little game with you.
Okay.
Monster or saint, okay? I'm gonna give you a situation,
Ooh.
and you let me know, is it monster or saint, okay? Because there's a little gray in everything, you
Okay,
know?
okay,
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 okay.
okay, okay.
Canceling plans last minute, monster or saint.
Okay. Depends on the sitch,
Okay, break it
but,
down for us, yeah.
like, if it's something, like, really respectable, like, you know what? You're off the hook, like, that makes sense, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? But if it's, like, some important plans, like, last minute, and I, like,
yeah.
been really looking forward to it, you're a
Is
monster.
there, like, a scenario where you're like, under no circumstances can you cancel plans?
'Kay, well, if
Like,
it's
show up
like
if you're sick and bleeding.
like, if it's, like say if it's, like, really, like, an important date, like, if it's a birthday or, like,
Okay,
Valentine's
yes.
Day or things like that,
Yeah,
like, my girlfriend better be there, like,
yeah.
but, like,
What'd you do
other
with your
three
girlfriend for Valentine's Day also?
oh my god, we went to a spa.
Wait, that's so cute. Like
It was
massages and, like that's
nice.
so
It
nice.
was
That's
so
so nice. Was
nice,
it
yeah.
that in Vancouver you guys did that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love that. I
It
love that.
was great.
That's so cute. My boyfriend took me to, like, a sauna place, and, like, we did, like, a like, sauna and, like, the cold plunge,
Mhm.
which was, like, also, like, kind of, like, of the spa vein, really nice,
Yeah.
but I was like, "This is not, like, a cute date." Like, I'm, like, sweating in the sauna, I'm not like, "Hey, baby."
I know, and we had a sauna, we had, like, some amenities after we were in the
Nice.
sauna, but I can't do the sauna.
No.
I can't do, like I don't even know, I hate the heat sometimes, I love the heat outside, but if it's
Yeah.
fake heat, like a
It's, like,
sauna, I
too
can't do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I was like,
I want that 100% real
I
heat,
know,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I
Give
got
me the
you, I
sun.
got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another monster or saint for you. Sending a long voice note to someone after the first date. Monster or saint? Are you about to tell me that's
I
what you did?
No, 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 I was gonna say that could be a little much. That could be
Yeah.
a little that yeah, yeah, no, I don't do it, but it's that could be a little bit scary.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
could be a little bit
I feel
scary.
like if it was, like, a really good, like, connection or, like, I don't know, maybe because I think sometimes, especially in the initial stages of dating, sometimes, like, just texting, like, if you're trying to say something sarcastic or whatever, like, you don't have the tone, so
Mhm.
maybe that would be helpful, but I would probably be creeped out if it was
See
just, like, a regular schmegular
yeah,
date and they were, like, 2-minute voice note
yeah,
about, like, how
exactly.
much they have a great time or something
Yeah,
even.
I
Yeah.
will say I'm not, like, the games player, like, I've passed high school, like, I'm at that point, like, where I'm like, "'Kay, let's just be straight up, like, we don't need to
Mhm.
play games, like, I'm not gonna not text you for, like,
Yeah.
a certain amount of time, like, I'll do these things," but s yeah, if it's, like, a regular schmegular first date, and then you, like, send a voice note, that was so amazing, I can't b
Yeah.
I would be a little bit
It's a little much, it's a little much.
it would be a little bit.
Yeah. At one of my comedy shows one time, a woman told me that, she, I think, was going on, like, a second date with a guy, and he came to pick her up, and I guess she saw the front of his, phone screen was a picture of her, Jade. Was a li How creeped out would you be?
I'd be
Like
actually scared for my life.
right? Like, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he was, like, just trying to, like, manifest, like, sometimes you put, like, important things so you don't forget, like, on your phone screen or
Oh,
somewhere where you always
of
look, but,
course,
like,
yeah.
that would be so creepy, especially because it was,
No.
like, I think it was, like, a screenshot from her social media or something, like, it was not, like, a picture she had even sent him. I was like,
That's actually terrifying
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah,
I would be
crazy.
creeped out. I would be
Scary,
creeped
scary,
out.
scary, scary. Okay, monster or saint, you pretend, not to see someone you know in public to avoid small talk.
Oh, same.
Same.
I think I do that all the
Like,
time.
almost exclusively.
It's like it's almost a favor. Like,
Right.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
There's moments, of course, where, like, you should be talking to people, but if, like, we're just in public, like,
yeah.
if it's after a ride class, I look like a mess, you know
No,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like, I'll be
yeah,
like
yeah. Especially when you're like you said, like, coming home from a gym class too, it's like, I don't have anything interesting or meaningful to say to you in this moment. Like, I don't
yeah.
wanna be weird
Like,
and
you
yeah.
probably don't wanna talk to me either, you know,
Right.
like, and I'm guessing you don't wanna talk to me either, so I'm just going to pretend I didn't see you, you're gonna
Yep,
pretend you didn't see me,
yep.
and we'll talk again, eh, sometime.
Yeah, yeah, at the next time I see you and I avoid you again.
Yeah,
It's
one of the
like
times we don't avoid each other.
no, it is. Okay, monster or saint to dating multiple people at once.
Dating well, if you are a person that, um, is, like what are the words again? Monogamy?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Is
if you're
that when you're
monogamous,
dating one
yeah, yeah.
person? Yeah, so if you're dating one person and, like, it's supposed to be only one person and you're dating other people, that's cheating.
Yep. That is
Monster.
cheating,
That
monster.
is cheating,
Yes.
monster. But if you're polyamorous,
Yeah.
go for it, babe.
Then saint
Then
and monster and
say
all the above. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so you eat that up,
Eat
and I
that
like
up.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
Do
so
you prefer to date multiple people at once? Like, when you're just getting to know someone? Like, how do you conduct yourself?
no, once I, like someone, I'm obsessed,
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah. And
like,
you have a
you
song called
yeah,
"Obsessed."
I got it,
Yes.
yeah, I'm obsessed, yeah, so I'm a one-personer.
Yeah, I
I
love
am,
that. Actually,
personally.
your song "Obsessed" too, also, I was dying over the lyrics of that too, because 'cause you're talking about, like, it's like a confession, being so obsessed. You say,
Mhm.
"See, I'm possessive as hell, but it's only because 'cause I'm greedy and I want you for myself."
Yeah.
Is there, like do you have, like, kind of like tunnel vision? Do you ever get, like I think it's called, like, limerence, where you're, like, so like that's I think limerence is where you're, like, obsessive and, like,
Yeah.
whatever, but how do you, like, balance, like, being really into somebody, but also, like, not losing yourself? I think that's something we struggle with a lot.
Yeah, I think I probably still struggle with that, like, I
Amen,
whoopsies.
amen, honestly,
Like, I
yeah.
don't know, when it came to my girlfriend and I, though, like, that's obviously the last time I've been really obsessed with someone without dating them. I was just like, I don't even know if it's, like, a gay thing or what, like,
Yeah.
we just so, like, so well, like, I was just obsessed from the jump and, like
Was it the same way for her, you think? Like, you were both mutually
Oh,
like
yeah,
yeah,
like, it was
yeah.
I think that's why. It's because
Yeah,
it was so mutual, like, and it was we just kept it was
yeah.
just
It's kinda fun
extreme.
when you find someone like that and you're just like, "Wait, are you good?" Because especially if you're used to, like, things like, for me, before I met my boyfriend, I was used to things just, like, only being for a couple months here, a couple months there,
Mhm.
but then once, like, you, like, find someone that you like and you're like, "Wait, I like you back. Oh, I like you," and it keeps just like, "What?
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah,
"Wait, is anyone gonna be like, 'No?'" And then you just keep
yeah.
going like, "Okay,
I know,
okay."
it just, like yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's we just kept falling in deeper and deeper and
I
deeper.
love that,
Yeah.
I love that. Another monster instinct for you, your ex cheated and you refused to give their stuff back. Monster or saint?
Like, me, if I, like, didn't wanna give their stuff back?
Yeah, like, say somebody cheated on you and you're like, "I'm just as retribution, I'm not giving their stuff
Okay,
back."
if someone cheated on you, you're the saint always. Like,
Period. Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. You can give their stuff back or not. Like, they cheated. They're in
Yeah,
the wrong.
yeah.
So,
You are an angel, baby.
yeah, yeah.
Love it. Um, Live streaming a breakup on TikTok.
Wow, that's insane.
That's chaotic. Yeah,
That's
that's
insane. That's
no.
a little bit crazy. Has that happened?
I've never seen it, but I would like to. I feel like it's like the
I would
equivalent of
kinda
like right?
yeah, I would kinda
I
like
feel
to
like
see
if
that.
like, I don't know,
I would
like
never do that, but I would probably eat it up.
yeah,
Like, I would
yeah,
watch
I
it
would, I would. I'd
with
be like, anyone
popcorn.
who's making their life into reality TV, I'm like, "Thank you. That was so
Yeah.
generous,"
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
it is
Even though
so
you just have your
entertaining.
iPhone in a dream, like, I am so
Yeah.
thankful for that production.
Yeah, 100%,
I love it.
100%.
Um, Jade, we have just, like, a few minutes left, and so I wanna
Mhm.
get your thoughts on kind of, like, the future of your career, the future of the music industry. You have over 4,000,000 Spotify listeners.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Does that like, how do you conceptualize that? Like, how do you stay grounded?
Well, first of all, I don't conceptual I, like, don't understand. It hasn't hit me. And I stay grounded because I don't think it has hit me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't believe it. Like, it's crazy because I'm with my friends and they'll, like I forget it, and then they forget it, and then we get
Mm.
reminded, and then
Do
we're
you still
like
the same group of friends, like, before you, like, popped off, so to
yeah,
speak? Yeah.
I have some friends that I've been friends with for years, and then I've, like, made new friends, but I've also, like the newer friends that I've made this year are just, like they don't see me like that, you know, like,
Mm.
it's not my whole entire life, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything, and so
yeah.
when we do get reminded, it's like, "Whoa."
Yeah, yeah. Well, how do you think your friends would say about you and your career? Like, what do you think if we had them sitting here, what do you think they would say about you?
They're really proud. They're very supportive friends, like, my old friends that I've been friends with for years, they're coming to my show in
Hell yeah.
Vancouver,
That's
which is gonna
awesome.
be awesome, and my friends here are coming
And that one's
in
sold out already,
Toronto.
right? Your
Yeah,
Vancouver one?
Vancouver and Toronto are
Hell
sold
yeah.
out already, so it's pretty insane, but, yeah, they're very supportive, but they also will, like, humble me if I need to be, like, they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Dude, you're a fucking geek, like, settle down," you know what I mean? So I love them.
I
They're the
love that.
best, yeah.
Who would be, like, your dream person to collaborate with?
This is a hard
Or
one
give me, like, 3,
always.
give me 3.
I mean, like, there's always, like, the biggest artists that I, like, love, you know what I mean? But I think the one that I always forget to mention that I've been mentioning lately, I love Phineas. Like, Billie Eilish's
Mm,
brother. I
mhm,
also
mhm.
love Billie. Hey,
Yeah,
Billie.
yeah.
But, Phineas is so cool. Like, I just think his production and his writing and everything like that is awesome.
Yeah, I would actually love to see that.
Yeah.
Let's put that out there.
Hey.
Hey, hit
Yeah.
Jade up, she's
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, no, so
I
cool.
love it, I love it. What can your fans expect from your shows right now? Like, what's the vibe? What are you most excited about with it?
I mean, these are my first headline shows, so, like,
Wow, okay,
I'm really
great.
excited. I'm just excited to, like, be able to sing my songs for people that, like, are there for that and
Right, they're
everything
there
like that.
for you. It's
Y
not like I think it's similar with, like, comedy when you're opening for people. It's
Mhm.
still fun, it's still amazing,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like there's a bit of energy of like, "All right, like,
Yeah,
we didn't
exactly.
really buy these for
Yeah,
you, but like,
exactly.
hi." Yeah,
100%. But,
yeah.
like, now and I have, like, some newer songs that are coming as
Oh,
well, and I'm
great.
hoping that maybe I can perform 1 or 2, um, that I'm so excited about. So I'm just, like, ready to have fun and, like, meet everyone and everything like that.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Have you had, like, an experience with, like, a fan that someone's been, like, really sweet to you? Or, like, is there something memorable about an experience with a fan?
There's so many, like, I've had so many, but, there have been, like, some performances where, like, people have just been, like, so sweet and, like have, like, told me the sweetest stories about, like, my
Aw.
songs and everything,
And
or,
then, like,
like
helping them kind of?
yeah,
Or, like yeah,
exactly, and I'm
yeah.
like, "Well, you're gonna make me cry now." Like,
Oh.
it's so
No, I
cute,
love
like
that. That's what art's meant to do, you know? It's
uh-huh.
meant to connect us all. Would you ever do, like, a meet and greet? Or have you ever done a meet and greet?
Honestly, whenever I perform at shows, like, I literally will, like, jump into the crowd and be like, "Hello, everybody." Like, I wanna, like, say hi
Okay.
to everyone,
Yeah,
like, I wanna
yeah,
go
yeah.
hug everyone and everything. So I or, like, I'll sit at the merch table and, like, say hi to
Oh,
everyone that
nice.
comes, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I love it. You know what I mean?
That's so
I love
sweet.
meeting
That's so
everyone,
sweet. I
yeah.
like when people are, like, very involved with, like because it's like these people, like, are the reason why you have the career that
Yeah,
you
exactly.
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
like, "Thank
yeah.
you, actually."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're like, "Wasn't that long ago I was singing in front
Yeah,
of my mom's shop."
yeah,
So,
like,
yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah.
Thank you for finally
Yeah,
coming.
exactly.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Did you like what do you think like, how do you balance your time between, like, performing and writing? Like, do you like, when you're obviously doing lots of shows,
Mhm.
you're in the performance aspect of it, how do you balance your time? Is there one aspect of it you like more?
Well, I actually haven't done too many shows, so this is, like, my first round of, like, shows for real.
Mm.
I'm just, like, mostly writing most of the
Yeah,
time and everything
yeah.
like that. Right now, we've have a few songs that we're working on, so I'm kinda getting more into the rehearsing and, like, getting
Mm,
into my
mhm.
performing stage right now, but, like, a month ago, I was in my writing, so it kinda
Yeah,
switches, whatever is, like, coming up next and stuff like
right.
that.
Yeah. Do you have,
Yeah.
like, a pre-show ritual? Do you have,
I
like, a what's it called? Where people have, like, a list of things that they require, like a do you know
no,
what I'm talking
like,
about? A
tequila?
rider? Like,
Yeah.
oh, tequila. Yeah, you're like, "I would like tequila right
Yeah,
where I
pretty
am."
much,
Do
like
you take a shot before you go on stage?
N not always before stage because I wanna, like, be my best on
Yeah,
stage,
yeah.
but it has been a thing where I've, like, shotgunned almost after every one of my performances.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what started that. So, yeah, but, like, it almost feels like I can't stop, but it's definitely gonna have to stop at one point because 'cause I'm getting older and
It's
it's
hard on
getting
your
harder,
body, it's
and it's
hard on your
getting harder.
body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Is there any, like, advice you would give to people, like, trying to do music in Canada? Because I feel like it's a specifically, like, very unique environment here where, like, you're
Yeah.
competing with, like, people in the States and elsewhere. Like, what advice would you have for people that are really trying to do what you're trying to do?
Yeah, well, right now, like, the industry is based off of social media, so
Yeah.
really just, like, put yourself out there, don't be scared. I've had friends who have, like, been scared to do that. Don't be, like, there's no harm in doing it. Put yourself out there, do what you love.
I love that. Jade,
Yeah.
I feel like sitting down with you has been such a breath of fresh air because what you're doing is so interesting and unique with, like we said, like so many of your lyrics are killer, but then you just have this like fearlessness about you where you're just like, I'm just gonna go be me. And the people are gonna come. I love that confidence.
Thank
Have you
you.
always been confident like that? Like, what? Give us a last little tip on being confident, keeping your cool.
You know, I don't know if I've always had it, and I don't know if I still have all of it, but I just keep trying, and, like, it's I've been blessed with what I have so far, but I'm just trying to be the best that I can be and keep going, so I keep doing what I do.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. Jade LeMac, thank you so much for joining us today. Where can
Thank
everybody
you.
find you? Where do we need to listen to your music?
Jade LeMac on everything, Spotify, Apple Music, every platform.
And it's all linked below. You guys will see it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for getting overstimulated with us. We will see you next time. Bye.